Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Megan if you're new here, and on my channel I do all things homemaking and motherhood, and today's video is going to be a dinosaur party prep for my youngest son's second birthday. I'm going to get started by doing the balloon garland, and I purchased a large balloon garland pack from Amazon. It included all of these different balloons. It had blue, orange, green, and these really precious clear ones with confetti inside that my kids thought were so cool. I'm blowing all of them up with an electric pump that's also from Amazon, and I'll be sure to link this stuff in my description box below for you guys. But this balloon pump is a complete lifesaver. If you host a lot of parties at home like I do, it really pays for itself and it's relatively inexpensive. I think I paid less than $25 for mine. Here are all the balloons all set up, and it was at this point I realized that my balloon kit actually didn't come with balloon tape like it said it did. So what I did was I went on YouTube and I looked up a tutorial on how to do a balloon garland using string, and that's what I'm showing you how to do right now. So basically you're going to tie together sets of balloons in 2s or 4s, and they're going to look like this if they're in 4s, all nice and stuck to each other. And then you're going to tie your string in the center and kind of thread them along. I will show you what it looks like in just 1 second. I've never made a balloon garland like this before. It was my first time, and I will say it was a little bit challenging. The tape really simplifies the job for you, but the one positive of doing it this way is I feel like it was a lot easier to hang up on my wall, I guess because it was a little bit looser than it typically is when you use the balloon tape with the holes in it. That's usually really tight and compact. Since this was a little bit looser, it felt a little bit more easy to get up on my wall. And what I'm doing here is I'm taping the balloons up, but I also keep a set of 3 clear command hooks up above my hallway entry here all year long, because this is a spot that I hang things all year, whether it's balloons for my children's birthday parties or signs or like garlands, that kind of thing for holidays. So since I'm always hanging things here, I just keep these clear command hooks up all year round, and they come in handy. Next up, I am going to be blowing up my foil balloons. And at first I was trying to blow these up with like a stick that it came with. And then I realized that you could actually use this small attachment on the balloon pump. The skinny one actually works perfectly. I'm showing you here to go into the valve of these foil balloons. And that was such a lifesaver for me, because if you've ever blown up these foil balloons with your mouth with the little stick, it can be kind of exhausting, honestly. It takes a lot of work because they're very flat, and I'm making these very ridiculous faces because there was a lot of air blowing in my face from one of the valves while I was doing this. But I was so happy to figure out about that attachment working, because this made quick work of getting all of these very large dinosaur foil balloons blown up. My toddler was in love with them. He was so happy. And this big pack of balloons that are the dinosaur shapes also was from Amazon. Now I'm just going to be decorating my front window. I love my front window. It's one of my favorite things in my home is this big bay window, and I decorate it all year long, but I love doing these little kind of displays during my children's birthday parties. And the balloon pack with the dinosaurs also came with these little tiny ones too. So I just popped them in on this balloon garland for a little extra added touch, and I thought it came out so cute. So I'm just showing you guys a little overview of all the balloon decorated spots that I did in my living room. This was how my large bay window came out. I just hung up a strand of balloon garland, put the large number 2, some dinosaurs, and put a couple of extra balloons at the bottom. And I think it came out so cute, and you could see this from outside, and it was just perfect. The next portion of my video is going to be this precious little shirt that I got from Amazon. It is so cute, and it has this perfect little detail up here of the dinosaur spikes. My son looks so handsome in this. This is also from Amazon, and I will link it down below for you guys. Now onto the cake. I'm going to be using this Trader Joe's yellow cake and baking mix, and I have to tell you, this was my first time using it, and it was so delicious. No joke. If you're looking for a box cake mix for your next party, make sure you check out this Trader Joe's cake mix. Like, it's seriously delicious. Everybody was complimenting how tasty this cake was, and I agree. It was seriously so good. One of the best boxes of cake mix I've tried. So I'm just preparing it as per the instructions on the box, and you'll see here I'm getting some melted butter. My microwave is above head, it's out of shot. I melted that up as per the instructions. I'm adding the eggs in, and then I'm just going to beat it all together in my KitchenAid mixer. While the cake is mixing, I'm going to go ahead and grease my 2 round cake pans up, and I'm going to be greasing them with some coconut spray oil. I love using this for desserts. It makes sure that your cakes and cupcakes and loaves and things don't stick, and it has kind of a sweet coconutty taste. So I wouldn't really recommend using it on regular everyday cooking. I usually use olive oil or avocado oil for that, but for desserts, I think it's perfect. Once my cake was mixed up all together, I just evenly divided the batter between the 2 cake pans, and then I put them in my preheated oven and I baked them as per the instructions on the box. Once my cakes were cooked, I let them cool completely, and then I got to work on decorating them. So you'll see here, I took one of my cakes out and I'm just covering it in some milk chocolate frosting. I got this frosting from Walmart. It's a Great Value brand, and it is actually very delicious. So if you are on a budget and you are making a cake, I can definitely recommend this chocolate frosting from Walmart. It tasted very delicious, and it was a fraction of the cost compared to the other brands. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a layer here. This is the bottom of my cake, and this obviously that will be the middle too. So I'm frosting it up, and then I have these chocolate chip cookies because this is going to be a chocolate chip cookie cake. I forgot to mention that. I'm just going to take some of these cookies and smash them up in a freezer bag, and then I'm going to be placing them on top of this cake here to be my middle layer. So the middle layer, when you cut into it, will have a nice thick layer of chocolate frosting and then the chocolate chip cookie pieces. Part of the reason I'm doing this cake is because as my son's party is a dinosaur party, I was going for kind of like a prehistoric, like outside looking vibe, I guess you could say. So like mud and dirt, you know, that way it looks like a landscape that the dinosaurs could be walking on. And my son absolutely loves chocolate and chocolate chip cookies, so I thought that this would be a win for him. I was actually looking at cakes for inspiration on Pinterest before his birthday, and we saw one that looked just like this, and he pointed it out to me on my phone because he thought it was cute, and I decided to try to replicate it. So I'll make sure to put that cake, if I can find it again, in the description box below so that you can see my inspiration. Now that I have my cookie layer on and my top cake on, I'm just going to be covering the whole thing with more chocolate frosting to make sure that no cake is peeking through. Now that the cake is fully covered, I'm going to be using this Choco Maker cake drip. I also purchased this from Walmart. It's in the milk chocolate flavor, and I've never used this before, but I had a lot of success with it, and I think it came out very, very nice. I was very impressed with it, and it was very simple. You just take the top off and the piece of foil, and then you put it in your microwave. That's what I was doing there. And then once it's done in the microwave, you have to shake it for a minute to get it all like combined, and then you can go ahead and put the drip on the cake. You'll see me doing that in a second, and I am so happy with how this came out. I did originally look online for like a recipe to make your own chocolate, cake drip, but all the ingredients that were required to make it honestly would have cost more than just this one bottle of the cake drip cost me. So I just didn't think it was worth it to do all that, because at first I thought, oh, maybe it'd be cheaper if I made it myself. It definitely wouldn't have. It would definitely would have been a lot more work. This was definitely a convenience item, but I like it a lot, and I'll definitely be repurchasing again in the future if I do another drip cake. You'll see here, I'm just going around the cake here. I'm really happy with how this came out. I didn't work from the center out because I'm going to be putting more crushed chocolate chip cookies, as you saw me breaking a second ago, to make that like dirt terrain look for the cake, because I'm going to be placing dinosaurs on it tomorrow, the day of the party. So I wanted it to look like, the ground. So I wasn't particularly worried about covering the entire top with the cake drip, but there was enough in this bottle. Rest assured that if I wanted to, I definitely could. So I do really recommend this if you're looking to do a drip. Once I have this at the desired look that I want, I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of those crushed chocolate chip cookies right on top in the center of the cake. All right, and this is the finished product for the most part, minus the dinosaurs that you'll see me put on in just a second. And let me tell you, everybody who came to my party was raving about this cake. No joke. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying you should make it for sure. It was delicious. Everybody loved it. There was like none left except the single piece at the end of the party. So here is party day, and these are the dinosaurs that I put on top. These were just some of my son's toys. I washed them up to make sure they were clean, and I placed them on the top to make them look like they were walking around. And then I set up my tablescape here. I put the cake in the center. All of these paper goods with the dinosaurs on them came from Amazon. I'll link that for you guys. And the plain paperware like this here just came from the good old Dollar Tree. But yes, this is how the tablescape came out. I was really pleased with it, and I was really pleased with how the party came out overall. It was a lot of fun, and my son loved it, which was the most important part. So I hope if you're planning a dinosaur birthday party, I was able to give you some inspiration. Thank you so much for watching my video, and please make sure to subscribe if you're new. Take care.